Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today for this exciting session hosted by the Adam Smith Business School at the University of Glasgow. My name is Marite Garcia Araujo, and I'm the Student Recruitment and Marketing Coordinator here. At the Adam Smith Business School, we take pride in welcoming students from all corners of the globe. We believe that diversity is not just a strength, it's a powerful driver for change. And today we have the perfect example of that belief in action as some of our incredible students join us today to share their experience from their first month in Glasgow. Let's hear a quick introduction from each of them. If Alex can go first.
Hi, hello. My name is Alex. I'm from Krasnoyarsk, Siberia, Russia, and now I'm here at the Adam Smith Business School as an MBA candidate.
Let's go with Won.
Hi everyone, my name is Won Jae-chan, and I'm from South Korea. And I'm studying business analytics in here Adam Smith Business School.
Perfect. So Abigail.
Hi everyone, my name is Abigail, but everyone usually calls me Ace. I'm from Indonesia and I'm currently studying for Masters in International Strategic Marketing here at Adam Smith Business School.
Amazing, guys, and thank you for joining us today. I'll be asking you some questions to get to know more about how you got here and what your first month in Glasgow has been. So let's start with it. My first question is very simple, is how did you decide to study your program, your specific program, and what made you choose the Adam Smith Business School? Also, we would like to know if it was a difficult choice or if it felt like correct or right from the start. So we would like to know a bit more of that decision. So if you can start with Alex.
Yeah, well, first and foremost, Glasgow Uni itself just looks like Hogwarts. I'm talking about the main campus, and this is essentially the key reason why I've been thinking of Glasgow at first place. But if remove the jokes away, seriously, when I started looking for a program for myself, I've been considering schools that are triple accredited and that do have a track record of successful studying and teaching and successful students, of course. So when I came across MBA program here at Glasgow, I was just amazed with the program itself and how it is designed, and with this opportunity to just go to Scotland, to be honest, because I always wanted to live somewhere around nature, and it's a good and great luck for me to be here.
If we go with Won, if you can answer or add to what Alex has just said.
Yeah, well, to me, it was really quite a difficult choice to come here because my background is totally different. So I studied cultural content and fashion as a double major for my undergrad. And after graduation, I worked at an advertising agency in Korea for about 2 years. So during that time, I realized how important data is in the advertising industry. So that experience really sparked my interest in analytics, and that's what made me decide to study a master's in business analytics. And I'm not showing off, but I got I got offers, like more than 10 offers from different universities. But the reason why I chose the Adam Smith Business School was I really like how the program combines theory and practical skills. So I felt that this would help me apply directly to real business problems, and also believe it will help me to find a job after graduation.
That's amazing. Ace, if you can
Yeah,
go with you.
honestly, it wasn't a difficult decision for me to choose the Adam Smith Business School. Of course, the first thing I looked at was at the ranking, and Adam Smith Business School is one of the best business school in the world. And what caught my attention was how the modern and how practical the models are. So not just the basic or maybe like the old school marketing theory. For example, there are classes focused on the real world marketing projects, the data-driven marketing, and also like the global business strategy, and which are very relevant to my career goals. So from the beginning, I really felt this program was matched what I needed something that's both academics and applicable to the real business world. And now that I'm here, I can say it was definitely the right choice for me.
That's amazing. Um, so we have the second question. And it's more regarding the preparation for the moving because all of you come from different countries and it's not like a 2 hours flight. I know, Alex, you've been here in the UK for a long time, but it's also a train trip to come to Glasgow. So can you tell us about if it was easy to pack to come here? Do you have any advice or useful tips for students who are thinking about moving here for their postgraduate studies, what they should bring, what they should have in mind? So here I would like to start with one, if that's okay.
Yep, I'm okay. Well, for the first tip, I would say don't pack too much because you can get almost everything here anyway. And also, there are so many things here that make me open my wallet. So I'm already worried about packing everything when I go back to home, to be honest. So, and for the second tip, if you're planning to stay in the university accommodation, I really recommend checking Google reviews or YouTube videos as well. So not just the photos on the school website, because it will give you more realistic idea of what the places actually look like.
Amazing. Abigail, if you want to follow up.
Yeah, I really agree with Unjay for this. So, of course, it wasn't easy for me at first, mainly because it was actually my first time ever coming to the UK. So I didn't know anything at all. And my first advice would be same: don't overpack, please, especially with winter jackets and also puffer coats. You will find so many thrift shop in here and secondhand stores here that the sell really good quality clothes for affordable prices. So bringing too many heavy clothes will just make your luggage like overweight. And for me, another advice for the arrival, it found it really easy to go from the airport to my accommodation. I personally took a taxi, but some of my friends use Uber as well, which are was slightly cheaper than the taxi one. And maybe another tip, I bought a SIM card from Indonesia before I came, and it activated automatically once I arrived in the UK, and that was super helpful because I could use my phone right away without needing the Wi-Fi.
That's fantastic, Alex.
Yeah, I think it was a bit easier for me because I've been living in London for a couple of years. So I already had a bank account. I knew how the UK in general works. So yeah, that's like 4.5 hours train from London. Very, very good one, very nice one. So highly recommended. I would recommend these things probably first. Start preparing for this transition as early as you can. I mean, research things. Just Google what you want to know, watch videos on YouTube, contact alumni to ask for advice, maybe collect some information about your accommodation, as one has already mentioned. I would also recommend applying for a dormitory as soon as you can too, because it's limited. It's limited. So if you can apply today, do it today. Don't do not think that it will be available tomorrow. I would also recommend planning your visa registration in advance, and if you can, try to arrive a few days before the course starts. It would just give you some time to explore the city, just see how everything works around, maybe do some grocery shopping. And another piece of advice, if you would like to explore the country, I would highly recommend getting a rail card. It costs about 35 pounds, and I think it gives you a 30% discount for travel. This is really, really helpful.
That's great advice, all of you. Thank you so much. I think we'll go for the third question, that is now Glasgow first impressions. So I would like to know if you knew anything about city before coming. I can tell you from personal experience that I kind of didn't. But if you knew something about the city or have you visited before, And then when you arrived, what impressed you the most about the city? And yeah, anything that comes to mind when you think about that first moment that you put your feet outside in Glasgow. So if you want to start, Abigail.
Yeah, so this is actually really interesting because my very first impression of Glasgow was how kind and helpful people are in here. So when I first arrived at my accommodation, the main door was under renovation, so I had to walk quite far for that to get to the another entrance, and my luggage was around 40 kilograms and I was completely stuck and I didn't know what to do. Then suddenly, one of the construction workers there came over and offered to help me carry my luggage all the way to the other side. So I was so surprised and really grateful for this. That was my very first moment in Glasgow, and it showed me that the people here are genuinely warm and friendly. So please don't be afraid to talk to locals. They're very approachable and always happy to help.
That's a great story. And actually, I agree that people in Glasgow are really, really friendly. Alex, if you want to give us your first impression of Glasgow.
Yeah, first I want to add that yes, Glasgow is the friendliest city in the world. I think it's some sort of a rating. And when someone told me about that, to be honest, I thought it's just a marketing thing, like a brand thing. But then I arrived and I was like, wow, this is so true. People are so nice here. This is true. Just believe it. This is great. And yeah, I didn't know much about Glasgow when I arrived, but I've been to Scotland, I've been to Edinburgh before, and I actually really like Glasgow. I like how diverse it is. Also, it's kind of small, especially after London. You can walk everywhere or just have a bus or just have a train, and everything is so reachable, so nice. I do like it a lot. I just enjoy its smallness, enjoy its brightfulness. It might sound controversial because it's you have a lot of rain here. Let's not hide it. So the weather maybe is not the best, but it's bright because of people, because of different activities you can do. I really love it here.
This is such a great answer. Juan, if you want to add to these first impressions.
Yeah, actually, it was my first time to visiting Glasgow, and I didn't know much about the city before I come here. And but once I arrived, I was really impressed by how friendly people are here. Like I have a similar experience with Abigail. So I was in the train to Glasgow from London, and then I was like struggling with carrying my two big luggages, like in the narrow the aisle, and then the people helped me carry out. So it was really good experience. Then that was the good first impression of Glasgow. And I also love the beautiful old buildings and the city, like in the campus. But the best one is like definitely the main building of University of Glasgow.
Yeah, it looks like Hogwarts, and I think we already touched on that point, but it looks like Hogwarts. Um, the first question that I have for you is your life in Glasgow. You arrived between September or even before September or October to Glasgow, so you've been here already a couple of months. So we'd love to hear now about your everyday life here in Glasgow. How have you been your first month again? And can you share a bit about your daily routine? What do you like to do? Do you have favorite places already in the city? And also, if we can go a little bit in terms of your studies, do you have any favorite class? Um, and of course, you've mentioned it rains a lot. So any advice of what to do in Glasgow when it rains? So we can start with Alex. I saw you smiling, so you have some advice.
Yeah, well, I've just realized that actually it's been almost 2 months, as you said, and I'm just so surprised. The time runs so fast. Yeah, but my routine is pretty simple. I have classes every day. It's not from 9 to 5 every day, but it's pretty often that we have classes from 9 or 10 until 4 or 5. So essentially, I just spend all my time on campus. I wake up at about 7:30. I have a breakfast. I brew some coffee. I pack my lunch, sometimes some dinner as well. well. I take a train to the school in 30 minutes. By 9:30 maybe I'm at school. I start the classes. I finally can have my coffee here. And then I just stay at the school. After classes, I would normally, again, stay on campus, doing some pre-readings, maybe collaborating with our groups. We have a lot of group projects here at the MBA program. So yeah, and then I'm back home after 7 or 8 p.m. Again, I can do some studying, I can cook something, not much. My days are really packed, and this is something to be prepared for. But during my weekends, I prefer to do things. I normally would go to a museum or explore some new like little town around, or maybe go to a park. And I have a lot of ideas what to do when it rains. I'm not sure. I mean, it's quite a lot of things that you can do here. First, you can go somewhere else. You can go to Edinburgh, you can go to the seaside, you can go to Stirling, you can go to multiple museums that you have here. We have Kelvin Grove, we have Hunterian. My favorite is, it's not a museum, actually, it's a park. It's a botanical garden, and there are 2 beautiful glass houses. And this is the best place to escape when it rains, because it's still nature, but it's roofed. And this is something I would really recommend to do if it's not the best weather today. Another element of entertainment you want to try is a play, A Pie and a Pint at Oran Moor. Essentially, it's a lunch when you are getting a pie, a pint, or maybe a soft drink, and you can see a play which would last maybe 1 hour, hour and a half. And this is something so different from any other theatrical experience I've ever tried. Highly recommended.
That's great, and that's a great advice. The other more pipe, pint, and play.
Yeah.
One, if you want to tell us a bit of your routine and your favorite things of Glasgow.
Um, yeah, this is my second month in Glasgow, and it has been great so far. Like on weekdays, I usually go to classes and spend time studying at the library or learning hub. And for my favorite class, I really enjoy courses like business intelligence. So because they are very practical and help me apply data to real business cases. So yeah, that's pretty much my routine, even when it rains, because which is almost every day. But I love going to the park when it's sunny because it's really special.
Yeah, absolutely. You have to embrace those moments of rain, of sun, sorry.
Yeah.
Um, well, rain too is fun. Abigail, what are your favorite things of Glasgow, and do you have already favorite places here in the city?
Yeah, this is my second month as well in UK and in Glasgow. So basically, on a normal day, I usually wake up in the morning to work some on my assignment, cook, tidy up my room before going to my class, and basically my schedule changes every day. Some days I finish early, and some days we have evening classes. And my favorite place in Glasgow is probably the University of Glasgow Library. Even though that it can get quite busy sometimes because yeah, there's a lot of people going there for studying. But I need to go to the library because it's very comfortable. I have several assignments to do, and the library is the best place for that. And right in front of the library, there's a small garden area, and I love sitting there just to relax or maybe like clear my mind after the class. And of course, because Glasgow weather can be unpredictable, 1 minute it's sunny, the next it's raining, and I always bring a small umbrella or maybe raincoat or maybe like hat everywhere I go. So it's definitely a must-have item for any students here.
I want to add just one little thing and to brag a bit, because as an MBA student, I am privileged to have this space, a networking space with a close to the MBA class. And I love the library too, but just for those who want to apply for MBA, you will have this privilege. You will have your own space to work and to collaborate with your peers. Yeah, sorry guys. Just wanted to add this because I think it's something so different from your traditional and standard university experience. And yeah, I really love it.
That's amazing places. I think, yes, you have one of the best like floors in the building. You're in the sixth floor. And of course, the university library, I think, is the 10th floor that has one of the best views in Glasgow and in the university. So those are great things to do in the city. I think also um, visiting all these wee places around the university. We are in the West End, so it's a great place to wander around. I think my last question is you've give your advice on what to pack, but in general, if you can summarize in 30 seconds, what will be your advice for people that are thinking of applying to one of our more than 30 master's degrees in the Adam Smith Business School? What is your advice for them? If we can start with one.
Yeah. If I could give one piece of advice, I'd say don't be afraid to step out of your comfort zone. And of course, everything feels new at first, like the environments or the culture, like even the weather. But that's what makes the experience meaningful, I believe. So and we're still young, so we have to like step forward, right? And also try to connect with people as much as you can. So everyone here is really friendly and they're from like different countries. So you will learn a lot just by talking each other.
That's fantastic advice. Abigail, do you have any advice for upcoming students?
I would say, um, don't be afraid to make mistakes or ask questions in here. It's totally okay not to understand everything at first, especially if in your like English isn't your first language, like me. And the lecturers in here really appreciate students who show like initiative, curiosity about the lecture or maybe the models, and also try to get involved with in activities outside the classroom, whether that's the student societies, maybe like volunteering, or maybe just hanging out with your classmates. It's one of the best way to make friends and feel at home here. Maybe that, just that. Thank you.
Fantastic. Alex, what is your advice for people coming to
Yeah, my
Glasgow?
advice would be first embrace the challenge, especially if you're applying for an MBA program. It is challenging. It is very it's very time consuming. It's a full-time job, to be honest. Just embrace it. It's gonna be fun, but there definitely will be some issues to resolve, and it's a challenge, but you would love it. It's just so good. And another piece of advice, how do I put this? Well, do your pre-readings. If you can kind of read into what your lecturers had sent over before the classes, you would be kind of ahead of the class. It will make your life easy if you spend some time before coming here, kind of going deeper down into what will be taught here. This would really help.
This, well, all of what you've said have been amazing advice. I wish you told me that when I also came here to study in Glasgow. So I want to thank you all for sharing your experiences with us today. Now we have some additional questions based on what we often hear from prospective students and live audiences in other live Q&As. So the first question, and this is something that you can all answer or someone can just answer and the other people can just add on. So the first question that we always get is what are the main challenges of being an international postgraduate student? So who want to start?
Maybe for me, yeah. So I think the main challenge is adjusting to a different learning style. So in the UK, classes are very discussion based, and we are encouraged to think critically rather than just memorizing. And usually, before the class starts, the lecturer will give us like a bunch of reading lists around 2 or 3 days in advance, and they really expect us to read it beforehand. So when we come to the class, we're not starting from zero. Instead, we can join the discussion or ask questions about things we didn't like fully understand about the modules or maybe the class. And it was a bit of an adjustment at first, but the professor here are very supportive. So yeah, you guys will adapt quite quickly.
Does anyone else wants to add something else?
I would add that for me, the biggest challenge is that it's my second language. English is my second language. So I kind of need to spend more time with my readings or my cases just to get sense of things. Yeah, and as Abigail had mentioned, cultural differences and approaches to learning and studying styles would be different. This is also a bit of a challenge to be ready for.
That's fantastic. Bon, do you want to add, or is that okay?
Yeah, for me, the main challenge is language, of course. So yeah, like you guys, my first language is Korean and my second language is English. So it's really difficult to understand lecture, to be honest. So I need to spend more time to understand the lecture and myself, and then so like even if you get enough IELTS score, like I recommend you to study more before you come here.
That's great advice. And again, I will say that we love to have these different backgrounds and different languages. I think it brings more to the experience of everyone in your classes and everyone here, like working with you at the University of Glasgow and the school. So you are doing great already, putting you up there and coming from everywhere to study here. The second question that I will have for you is if the application process to each of your programs was very difficult, and if you can share just a bit of how it was, and if you've had any tip for applications. Um, Anyone has the stage to speak now.
I can start. It's the simple answer is that it's just easy and straightforward. It's pretty simple. You just go, you fill your forms. There are a lot of forms to fill, to be honest, but they are pretty clear. So you just do it, and you send a cover letter. You send what your program asks you to send. It could be IELTS certificate. It could be cover letter. It could be your CV, your motivation letter. I think there was something else I'm missing. Reference letters, of course. There could be one or two. But yeah, it's pretty straightforward. I'd say it's typical in a good way, so you won't be expected to do anything too strange or non-standard. Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing. Do you want to add something, Abigail?
Yeah, I think I wouldn't say it's difficult, but it does require like good preparation and also like attention to details. For me, the most important part was making sure my personal statement or essay clearly explain my background, career goals, why I wanted to study at the University of Glasgow, especially at the Adam Smith Business School. And I also prepare my academic transcripts, English like IELTS test results, and also like reference letter early just to make the process like smoother. So as long as you plan ahead and you understand what they're looking for, the process is quite straightforward.
One.
Yeah, it was not that difficult for me, to be honest, but like I would recommend you to like the best way to prepare it is just being yourself. And for me, it was really great chance to summarize my career and also like clarify my like goal or my aim. So yeah, that was not that difficult for me, and it was really good chance to.
Yeah, I think it's great what you're saying, and actually it's a reflection of what you've done and why you're here. So it's a great exercise to also feel proud of yourself on all this way that you're coming through, and now this new step that is doing your masters and keep enhancing your career. Those are great answers. I have two more questions, and one is just a simple question that is: are your programs very theoretical or they are a good combination of theory and practice. Um, I don't know if one, do you want to start? You are part of one of our new programs, and we would like to know more about the approach of your program.
Yeah, as I mentioned, my course is really theoretical and also practical, because we have some courses like um, learning how to code, like coding, and then also like for example BI, business intelligence. Like the lecture introduced some cases in real world business, and then it's really helpful to like preparing to getting the new like company after graduation. So it's really good for me to train myself. So yeah, I would say like we have like two big things together in my course.
That's fantastic. Abigail or Alex, do you want to
Yeah.
add on that?
Okay, for me, for my program, I would say it's a perfect balance. We study theory, of course. We every concept is always connected to the real life business case, so that's why the perfect balance. For example, in my marketing course, we work on projects for actual companies, which makes learning very practical. And we also analyze many global companies, not just local ones. So it really helps us to understand how different brands operate in various markets around the world, like that.
Alex?
Yeah, for the MBA, it's a perfect balance between practical and theoretical sides of things. As for me, all the theory you're supposed to learn on yourself. There is a lot of self-education here. Normally, for every class, you're given a couple of chapters from your books, from textbooks. Also, from 5 to maybe 15 additional articles. They're not mandatory, they're optional, but if you'd like to read through, you can. Maybe some videos, maybe some TED talks sometimes. This is your theory that you're supposed to learn and study all by yourself. And then in class, there will be a lot of practical cases, a lot of discussions. And on top of this, like little cherry on top of everything, that we have a lot of tours and visits to different operations here in Glasgow and around Glasgow. And this is something I really enjoy, because you are, as a student, allowed to enter a facility, enter a business, and learn and study it from the inside, which is absolutely amazing. I think this is the practical approach that I just really enjoy. I just love it.
Those are great. And I know you visited that distillery early on, so those are great experience that you can have studying with us. Last one, I promise. It's what is your favorite Scottish thing? Do you have a favorite word, food, drink, place? I can give you an example. My favorite word and something that I always use is we, and I
Yes.
just love it. So anyone can say their favorite thing.
There is nothing better than we. It's just the best bit.
It
No,
means little.
yeah, little, wee bit. It's so hard to answer. Nature, probably. It's funny that geologically speaking, Siberia and Scotland, they have been a part of same ground, as far as I understand, same bit of earth. So you have here in Scotland and where I'm from some similarities in nature and in landscape. So yeah, probably nature is the best part of Scotland. I just love it. Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree with Alex for this. My favorite Scottish thing will probably be the nature and also the scenery. Usually, every weekend, I take a short train ride and go to the maybe Loch Lomond or Glencoe. Yeah, it's so peaceful, refreshing, especially after a busy week of studying. So it's really beautiful lakes and mountains. So I think that would be great if we like take a break a little during weekend.
Those are great examples. One, what is your favorite Scottish thing? Food?
This one, iron brew. Do you know this one? Iron brew. Yeah,
Yeah.
this is my favorite Scottish thing. So I'm just addicted to drink it. So I drink it every day.
What it tastes like?
It tastes like iron. It tastes like iron. Yeah. Have you tried this one? I highly
Yeah.
recommend it to try this one.
Well, so people that are thinking of coming, you can you can visit the nature, and you can drink iron brew. What is
Yeah.
better than that?
Mhm.
So thank you all for all your answers. Thank you all for being connected. And hope to see you soon. And hopefully we will get your stories here in Glasgow. So thank you so much, and see you next time.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you so
Bye.
much. Bye
Bye
bye.
bye.